Less than 24 hours and you're making a joke? Someone is dead.
Jesus Christ. You having your red dot special? Communists in your funhouse?
Orange is the New Black is a prison drama that tells the mostly fictional story of the petite bourgeois Piper Chapman, whose future with her small business and boyfriend gets completely derailed when her criminal past helping her former girlfriend smuggle drug money catches up with her. The show starts out much like a typical fish-out-of-water comedy as Piper realizes her academic knowledge doesn't translate into the street smarts she needs to help her survive among her fellow prisoners.
I read that you're not supposed to ask that.
You read that? Well, you studied for prison?
However, the novelty of the situation quickly turns into a tool for gaining empathy. The story being told through the eyes of a relatable, affluent white woman convinces middle-class Netflix subscribers to peer into the lives and experiences of people they might have never thought about before. For this reason, the show's creator Genji Kohan describes Piper Chapman's character as a Trojan horse. The primary way the show humanizes the prisoners and makes them relatable is by telling their backstory. Every episode contains flashbacks for a specific character to show what happened to them in the past to make them who they are today. The show goes out of its way to create a very diverse cast of prisoners. It depicts the characters struggling with issues of homophobia, transphobia, mental illness, sexual violence, addiction, and of course poverty in a way that's very empathetic and at times heartbreaking. This type of portrayal is useful for shattering the myth that people have an equal opportunity to succeed under capitalism, and that those who don't make it deserve their place in life. The show also depicts racial issues in the United States criminal justice system. Blacks in the US are incarcerated 6 times as much as white Americans. Blacks and Hispanics together make up roughly 60% of the prison population, even though they're only about a quarter of the total population of the country. Drug offenses in particular are notorious for getting racial minorities locked up far more than whites proportionately. And sure enough, most of the other prisoners on the show doing time for drug offenses are Black and Latina. The prisoners largely group themselves together based on race as a way to stick together and have familial relationships with each other in the absence of their real families.
We look out for our own.
Our own?
Oh, don't get all PC on me. It's tribal, not racist.
The racial divisions, of course, are a microcosm of the classic divide and conquer strategy that has served the American ruling class so well throughout history. The capitalist ruling class in the United States has been able to avoid revolutions, so long as white workers, blacks, and indigenous Americans don't unite together. The Litchfield prison is no exception to this dynamic. On several occasions, the prisoners have an opportunity to bargain with the prison administration for better living conditions, only to turn down the opportunity for individual gain. This phenomenon, known as opportunism, can be seen as a microcosm of the obstacles that the working class in America and the rest of the world have that keep them from fighting for their own class interests. History is rife with examples of opportunists selling out the class struggle, from trade unionists to the Second International during World War I. The show has many other interesting themes, such as private prison labor, unionization, and political corruption, but I'm going to keep this spoiler-free. Suffice to say, it's a good show with a lot of drama and comedy, and some very interesting character development.